Camera's good? Good. Okay. All right. From that end to me, Emma Grome, Ajani, Tealer, Reagan, Rutherford. We'll just go ahead and start with questions right off the bat for them. If you would just specify who your question is for, so that our camera folks in the back can get their cameras lined up for the answer. So, whenever you guys are ready.
So Johnny, Coach was saying how you learned so much from that national championship run. You learned what you needed to do, but also you kind of are telling the younger players now, like, this is what we expect to get back to that point. So how are you going through that process of teaching the younger players of what they need to do to get back to that point in their career?
Yeah, I kind of heard him talking about it a little bit when I walked in, but I've had the greatest opportunity to learn from Leah Edmond and Madison, Gabby, Avery, last year, Allie Stumler. So they set an incredible example for what they want the culture of this program to be. And so for me, leading by their example, I've tried to do a really good job of leading by example for these guys and the freshmen coming in. And so I think just the way we handle ourselves and carry ourselves on the court as well as off the court, that we're going to continue that success and hopefully get back to that point this year.
Ray, what have you been working on this offseason? Obviously, I feel like this season is going to be a real big season for you. You've done some great things, coming off of last season, but just learning behind senior players like Zani and Madison and Allie, just in the past, what have you learned from them, and what have you worked on this offseason to take your game to the next level this season?
This offseason, I've been working on being a sixth rotation player, so playing in the back row and building my serve-receive game, defensive game, and I've been working even more on my hitting and blocking. I just want to be a dominant player, and I've learned so much from Madison Lilly, even though she's a setter and on my right side. Just her leadership and the way she approaches the game and has like such an aggressive mode to her. And then I learned so much from Avery Skinner and just playing with endurance, and I think Avery was very good at that, and just not making mistakes and being all out all through the game. So that's one thing that I learned from both of them.
Reagan, you've been there before. What does it take to get back to that level? Obviously, looking at this roster, there's some younger players that are stepping up, but also you got veterans like yourself, Zani, and also Emma coming back. What do you feel like this balance offers you guys this season?
Yeah, I think what it takes to get back to where we want to be, which is the championship, I think it's going to take a lot of us stepping up into new roles because we did have so many people leaving. And for the returners, it's using our voice and using our leadership and kind of showing everybody else, and because we have a lot of new players, the Kentucky way. And that's just being ourselves and not doing too much.
Emma, you jumped in right away and made a splash in your freshman year. How much extra pressure, whether it's self-imposed or not, do you feel to make sure you keep up that level?
I think there's always a little bit of pressure, just partly from myself, that I want to keep getting better in any way that I can, and I know that if I push myself to be my best, it'll in turn help the team. But I think last year was jumping right in was kind of good in a way. I kind of just had to go out there and learn everything as I went. But I had a lot of people around me that helped me, including people like Ajani and Reagan who had been there before. And I think it's just great that we have a culture here where everybody is building each other up and wanting to help each other get better. So that definitely helped.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Well, maybe a little bit. But we were talking to Coach Skinner about you look at the game and you think, what's not to like? It's exciting, it's fast. What do you think needs to be done to even increase the attendance and the interest in the game itself?
I think one thing that we can do as our team is just be ourselves. And I think when people watch us, I think our team has great chemistry and we have a lot of focus out there, but we also have fun while we play. And I think playing our best and having a good attitude out there just makes the game more enjoyable to watch. So I think that itself will bring some people to our games. And seeing the fun environment, like BBN, the fans are amazing, and that brings such a great energy to the gym that people just want to be a part of it.
If you don't mind all answering this, you guys are playing 3 of the 4 Final Four teams from last year here. Just what do you think that's going to be like to experience that level of excitement early in the season and also in front of your home fans against some of the best teams in the country?
It's going to be such a good learning opportunity for us. We want to win every match that we play, but just to be in that environment and to play against that caliber of teams is going to be really good for us. And I don't know if those teams from up north or even the one right up the road know what it's like to play in a gym like Memorial. It's gritty in there, it's hot, it's loud, and so I'm really excited for them to have to come here and play in our home. And we know our fans are going to show out and be really loud, so I'm hoping we can go away 3-0 in those 3 games.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of pressure, but I also think it's going to be a lot of fun. Just our team is so competitive, and we love to get after it, and we're playing with a chip on our shoulder this year. So to play those teams that were in the Final Four, it's just another chance for us to prove ourselves.
Reagan, is that chip on the shoulder due to how the team finished out last year? What does that do to?
Yeah, the chip on our shoulder is from our results last year. We're definitely not happy with the way things ended, and it is what it is, and this is a new year, so we learn from our mistakes and move forward, and yeah, we're playing more aggressive this year.
Johnny, you know how important team chemistry is in the game of volleyball. You've been around a few years now. How does this team compare in terms of chemistry and esprit de corps?
I've been thinking about this actually a lot the past few weeks. This team is like unlike a team that I've been on here. This is like one of the funniest teams I've ever been a part of. You're sitting in the room with 5 of us, and it's probably the 5 funniest people you've ever been around in your life. And so it's always a joke, but also we have this really calm and laid back presence about us off the court. And so it's like very easy to be around. It's easygoing, but once we get on the court, we're going at each other's necks. Like we're on the same team, but it sometimes doesn't feel like that in practice. So we're getting after it, but it's all in good competition, so we're only going to get better. So I think we're all excited.
And Coach Skinner lets you get away with telling jokes and all that.
He puts a bud to it at some point, but he lets it go on for a little bit. He likes it. He won't tell you that, but he likes it.
Johnny, I was talking to Coach about the fact that you're the returning leader in terms of hitting percentage. When you were a freshman, you made some great plays within every area. Can you talk a little bit about the evolution of your game and just how you've been able to clean things up to the level you're at?
Oh, God. Yeah, my freshman year was not great. I was fine, but the transition to the middle after my freshman year and working with Anders and Craig and just like understanding playing cleaner, I don't know, just playing more efficiently, it's been really good for me. And so to try to keep up that level of productivity is going to be really good for us, and hopefully it helps us win more. I don't know, it's been really awesome.
John, you've been here the longest of anyone at the table, so you've gone through the most of, I guess, measuring expectations when you guys come in as the SEC favorite or trying to repeat again in conference. What have the past years of winning SECs and managing those expectations taught you about, I guess, how to keep doing it year after year?
We've probably said this every year we come up on this podium, but pressure is a privilege, and we have the privilege of being under that and having that spotlight on us every year. And so being people saying that they think we're going to win means nothing. What we do means everything. And so it's a lot of pressure to think like every class before me has won all these championships, and I want to do the same thing, and I know they want to do the same thing, but it's just a good opportunity for us, and we get to play, and so just go out there and try our best. I hope that answered your question.
This is for any of you who want to tackle it, but you have heard the recent dust-up between Coach Calipari and Coach Stoops and arguing for their facilities. And yet here you guys, national championship, 5 straight SEC titles. Where do you think that plays into? I mean, we still don't have air conditioning at Memorial Coliseum. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard some rumblings here and there. I'm just excited for them to announce it hopefully soon, but hopefully we have a cooler season next year. Let's just say that. Hopefully.
Seriously speaking, how important is something like that?
I think it becomes more important over the years as like campuses across the country get nicer things, and it plays into recruiting. But I think Craig and Durs and now Mayor do a good job of, we recruit really good people, and so those things don't matter to the people that are here. We come here to play and win, and so it's hot, but we get after it, and it's one of the best environments in the country, so I don't think it phases us too much.
Yeah, we may not have like the flashy locker rooms or the flashy facilities, but I think what's important here is the genuine people and the culture that we've created. That's really what brings people here.
Emma, I know it's early, but how would you, obviously from your position, describe the level of passing and defense so far you've seen from this
I think we've been doing a pretty good job of that. I honestly was really impressed with this team just as a whole coming into preseason. I think we started off really strong just in our skills, and I think that was partly due to people wanting to get after it in the summer and come in and get reps. So I think we're starting out in a really good place. There's always rooms for improvements, but I've been really impressed with how we've been handling defense on the floor and just serve receive in general. I think it's been really good.
Coach Skinner said he gave each one of you a writing assignment about what's bigger than the game itself. If you wouldn't mind sharing, what did you all focus on when you did that assignment?
My writing assignment was inspiring young black women, because not many of us are portrayed on TV a lot, and now in the younger generation there has been more people, but I just want to be that person that young people look up to when they don't have a role model in their lives, and I just want to inspire them and embrace them and show them that they are capable of doing great things and being successful.
Mine also was a little bit to that. The second part of mine was I've done the most incredible things from volleyball. I've traveled across the world. I've met my best friends. I'm getting my education paid for, and I've done all these crazy things thanks to the sport. So I just really feel like a responsibility that because I've gotten so much to give back to the sport, to put it on the highest pedestal that sports can be on, hopefully be on ESPN. Our championship game was on ESPN too, and so for me, just everything that's given me, I just want to give it all back and help propel the sport for the people that are below me and younger.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about that kind of stuff too, and just one thing that we talk about a lot here is like being a part of the community and playing for those who came before us. And it's it's not like just about yourself in that moment. You have a bigger purpose when you play. So I think that's one thing that I wrote about that I want to focus on, is just like inspiring people, playing for the community, like getting involved in the community. Like we went to Eastern Kentucky, and that was an amazing experience to do what we can to help those around us. So I think that's really important.
Got time for one more if someone's got one.
On that note, going down to Eastern Kentucky, just all of you can answer this. What did that give you in terms of perspective? Just being down there, seeing what other people were going through, and just trying to help out any way you can, just trying to be a bright light in that situation.
I think it really puts perspective for us. Like we get to play volleyball. It's not. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Damian Lillard a couple years ago said, like, playing basketball in the finals, that's not pressure. Pressure is like figuring out how you're going to feed your family, or pressure is figuring out how you're going to recover for something like that. And so this is fun for us, and that's hard for them. And if we can be a light for them and go down there and do something that's fun for us and make them smile and help them out in any kind of way, that's what we're here to do. And so I know a lot of us have talked about riding 606 on our shoes this year, just shining light on that area, because they love Kentucky and they love what we do here. And so any way we can be a light for them is going to be really great for us and them.